What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 82, and we start today's episode off with a game against Everton here at Goodison Park in the Barclays Premier League. Of course, looking to expand on the fantastic win we had in the last game of the last episode. We beat United by 3-1 I think it was overall, or 3-2 or something like that. We beat United regardless. A very, very, very impressive win there against obviously one of the stronger sides of the league. And of course, we've got a few games to go now, and we are still behind Chelsea in that hunt for the 4th place finish. So we are still behind the team we need to overtake, and obviously we come into these games away from home against Everton. It is going to be a difficult game. We do make quite a few changes for fitness reasons, but it is going to be quite a difficult game. But as you can see, we are behind Chelsea with 5 games to go on goal difference. So we need to win these games and hope Chelsea slip up. I mean, Chelsea could win all their remaining games, and obviously, sadly, we have to settle for 5th or 6th place. We need to win these games. It really is as simple as that. It sounds so obvious, but it's worth remembering that the amount of games we drawn in the first half of the season could really come back to cost us, really. And anyway, the first chance of the game came in the 10th minute here. Eventually the ball was played through to Jelavic, I think it might have been, and his shot was well saved by Fraser Forster. And from the throw-in, Robert Snodgrass crosses the ball into Magai Gay, and he heads the ball just wide of the post, so still 0-0. And in the 17th minute here, Jelavic flicks a free kick on. It comes to Stephen Naismith. Route 1 football, but it does come to Naismith, and he hits the post. So Everton threatening a lot in the first 20 minutes. They really were looking very good. But in the 22nd minute here, the ball comes to Darren Gibson. Gibson chips the ball over to Robert Snodgrass, one of our former players. Snodgrass goes through 1-on-1. It's ended up cleared off the line. And eventually the ball comes out to Odelusi. Odelusi finds Anthony. Anthony finds Odelusi. Nice step over to get around his man. Odelusi keeps on going. Gives it to Dale Jennings down the left-hand side here. Jennings takes on Seamus Coleman. Beats him for pace. Ends up shooting. Good block. Comes to Odelusi. Odelusi shoots. Good save by Joel. And it's a fantastic double save by Joel, because Anthony's shot on the rebound was well saved by the goalkeeper. So still 0-0 here. Brilliant double save. And from the corner, Jennings crosses the ball in towards Stephen Corker. It's headed away. Comes to Kirikez here. Can't get space to shoot, so I give it to Corker. Corker finds Nathaniel Chalobah. Chalobah gives it to Olsen. Olsen's quite a long way out, but I decided to let fly. And what an absolutely incredible goal by Martin Olsen. That was absolutely brilliant. I talked about him before. Olsen, he's a squad player who never seems to complain at left back, and whenever he gets in the team, he performs. But I don't think he's scored for us in this career mode. But what an incredible goal it was. It really was fantastic. I don't know how good his long shooting is, but that was an absolutely brilliant goal. Brilliant strike, and it's 1-0 to us. And Everton really didn't threaten that much in the second half until the 87th minute here, when the header was well saved, and from the corner it's towards Stephen Naismith, and he heads the ball just wide. So Everton trying to find that equalising goal, but in the 90th minute here, Ross Barkley makes a great challenge. The ball goes out wide to Odelusi, holds off Oviedo down the right hand side here, plays the ball through to Ross Barkley against his former club, plays it back to Odelusi, crosses the ball in towards Dale Jennings. His header is well saved by Joel, but then I just don't even know what happened here. Just embarrassing. I mean, absolutely terrible. The ball goes to Dale Jennings. Obviously, Dale Jennings, he can't score normal goals, can he? He's the human highlight, really. It's a simple back heel. It's a great back heel by Jennings. I mean, it's a simple goal, really, but he makes it look fantastic. Jennings with a back heel, and I thought it went through the legs of the defender, but sadly it didn't. But even so, it's a back heel goal by Jennings. We get the win, but I just had to show the sliders, because that is not AI on legendary, okay? That is AI on amateur. That was terrible. And thankfully, Jennings capitalises on the defensive mistake, and it does finish 2-0. So Olsen with a wonder goal, Jennings with a back heel, capitalising on the defensive error, and we do get the win by 2-0. So it was just so bizarre. I've never seen the defender and goalkeeper mess up like that on legendary, but there you go. Anyway, Anthony says he wants to discuss wages, and I think I might offer him a contract, really. He's still got a couple of years left, but he's been really, really good this season. He started off as a bench player, then we reverted back to playing 2 up front, and he's been really decent. So I think I probably will end up offering him a contract come the end of the season. But anyway, we take on Stoke City here for the second game of 3 in the episode. Looking to carry on winning and keep on the the winning wagon, as I like to say. Yeah, we've been picking up brilliant results lately in the league. We haven't lost in a very, very long time, so we look to keep on winning here as we take on Mark Hughes' men, and we are still behind Chelsea with 4 games to go. They just will not slip up, and we're still behind them on goal difference. But yeah, you know, Stoke's side is quite decent. It's got some good players in there. Obviously, Arnato, which is a great player, and Hoof's a great centre back. So they've got some decent players in there, but I still feel we've got the better of them as they come to Carrow Road. And the first chance came literally in the first minute. The ball gets headed away. It comes to Lukaku. Lukaku beats Robert Hoof. The ball comes to Odelusi. Odelusi plays him through. He goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper here. Can he finish? Sadly, no. The goalkeeper makes a fantastic save, so it's still 0-0. But in the 15th minute here, a great chance for Stoke. I'm not sure who came forward. I think it might be Ibisevic, is that how you pronounce that? But his shot went into the side net, and so still 0-0. But here you see Hoof lose out to Lukaku. The ball comes to Odelusi. He rolls it through to Andros Townsend. Townsend's got the better of Peters, and he also has the better of the goalkeeper. Really good finish by Townsend there. And in the 31st minute, Andros Townsend puts us 1-0 up here. And in the 34th minute here, you see Nathaniel Klein get on the ball. Klein gives it off to Nathan Redmond down his right-hand side. Redmond takes on Nzonzi, beats him with a double step over here. Goes down the centre, chips it down the right-hand side toward Lucy. Nice fake shot to get past Muniesa. Comes to Redmond. He gets taken down, and the referee gives a penalty. So maybe a bit of a debatable penalty decision. I mean, it seemed as though Peters, I think it was, took him down and got the ball before he got Redmond. So, you know, maybe a bit of a debatable decision, but you can see why the referee gave it. So, penalty to us here. Decided to give it to, I think it was Lukaku I gave it to. Yes, it was. Give it to Lukaku here. Wanting to score as many goals as possible this season. Puts the ball down the middle and puts the ball into the back of the net. So, Lukaku gets his 16th goal in the Barclays Premier League, and it is 2-0 to us. And in the 38th minute here, Odelusi collects the ball, chips over the top to Lukaku here. First time volley, ends up hitting the post. What a lovely goal that would have been, but still 2-0. And in the 44th minute here, Jamie Ness gets on the ball. The former Rangers man chips over the top to Ibisevic here, and it's a wonderful block by Klein because he'd rounded the goalkeeper, but Klein makes a fantastic interception, and it's still 2-0. And in the 46th minute here, Townsend gets on the ball down the left hand side. Townsend with a double step over, gets past Ryan Shot on here, crosses the ball in, and Lukaku, his header is well saved, and it ends up hitting the bar as well. So sadly, still 2-0 here. But in the 58th minute here, Ryan Shot gives it off to Wilson. Wilson finds Nzonzi, great ball inside here. Ibisevic comes through, and the referee gives a penalty. So a very, very annoying penalty decision because I thought Smalling won the ball and made a great challenge there. But what was even more frustrating was the referee gave a red card. So a red card for Smalling. I watched it back on the replay, and I don't see how that's a red card. You know, well, first of all, I don't see how it's a penalty, but I mean, I watched it twice here. I mean, is it a penalty? Is it a red card? I don't think so myself, but maybe I'm being a bit biased. I'm not sure. The referee gave it. I certainly wouldn't have given it as a penalty and a red card, but even so, McCarthy makes the save. The striker gave it straight to McCarthy down the middle, and it's 2-0. So I was still very, very annoyed that Smalling got sent off because I don't think it was a red card at all, really. But even so, the penalty was missed, so it doesn't really matter. But in the 63rd minute here, Townsend crosses the ball in, and Lukaku gets to the cross and puts it into the back of the net. That brings up his 17th goal in the Barclays Premier League this season, so it's 3-0 to us. And in the 78th minute here, Robert Hoof ends up giving the ball away. Ikrem comes through, but puts the ball over the bar. Instead, it was actually a good save by the goalkeeper, but still 3-0. And as the game finished here in the 90th minute here, McCarthy gives it to Corker. Corker finds Chaloba, and the referee blows for full time, and these celebrations come out because we have guaranteed a place in the Europa League. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure it's worth celebrating really, seeing as our aims are to get to the Champions League, but even so, it's cool to see animations every now and then, and as you can see by the news article, the reason is we have qualified for the Europa League, so that's cool. I don't really care, to be honest, because I want to get to the Champions League, but there you go. As you can see, Chelsea still won't slip up. They're still in 4th place, ahead of us on goal difference by 4 goals better off, so it's annoying. I don't think it's going to happen. I just can't see Chelsea slipping up. I really can't. I want them to. I really do, because I really want to make sure we get Champions League football again. But I can't see it happening. I really can't. We've got Newcastle away is our next fixture in midweek. Then we've got Chelsea in the FA Cup final on the weekend. Then we've got Leicester on the Tuesday night, and then we've got Arsenal away from home on the final game of the season. And of course, Arsenal are going for that title, so I mean that probably won't even be a win for us. So really, we need Chelsea to slip up twice, if we're going to get anywhere. And I just don't see it happening really. But anyway, we do indeed take on Newcastle here for the 3rd and final game of the episode. And as this game was being played on midweek, we had to rest pretty much the entire side for this game because everyone was just absolutely shattered. And we also had the FA Cup final against Chelsea on the weekend as well, so everyone was tired as hell. We had to rest so many players. I mean, this is the business end of the season. You know, this is when the squad players really do need to turn up. Of course, in the first game they did turn up. Olsen got a goal, Jennings got a goal as well. These are players that don't usually make the first 11. In the second game, McCarthy saved a penalty, so the squad players are starting to turn up. And in this game, they really would have to turn up because we didn't really have too many first team players out there. I think Anthony was the only first 11 player we would usually play for this game against Newcastle here at St James's Park. And the first chance of the game came in the 18th minute here when Anthony did indeed get himself involved. Goes down the right hand side here, trying to show that first team class. Gets himself into the box. The challenge wasn't good enough. Shot was well saved with the goalkeeper, and then another brilliant save to deny Ross Barkley by Rob Elliott. So still 0-0, and in the 30-minute mark, Olsen chips the ball over the top to Villalba. Goes past Sissoko here, takes aim, deflected shot, and again Rob Elliott makes a fantastic save. He's such a great backup goalkeeper. I really do like Rob Elliott in real life. So good save there. Still 0-0, and from the corner, Dale Jennings crosses the ball towards Sean Morrison, and his header ends up hitting the bar. So still 0-0. We were dominated in this game, but just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Here you see Ross Barkley nutmeg check Tiote, play the ball out wide to our young winger Villalba, goes down the right hand side, nice ball roll, gets himself onto his left foot here. Ronaldo trots past his man, and his shot is well saved by Elliott. Sharp dives in, but what a miss that is by Billy Sharp in his final season in professional football. Really should have scored there, and it's still 0-0. So terrible miss by Sharp. And we go in at half time, still on level terms, which isn't good enough for us. But straight from kick-off in the second half, Anthony gets himself inside, gives to Dale Jennings. Jennings goes down the left-hand side, he tries to take on Obertan, ends up beating him here. Obertan can't get anywhere near him, goes down left-hand side, ends up step over him past Debussy, goes one-on-one here, and Dale Jennings, how many times have we seen him cutting from the left and finish the ball with his right foot, but sadly this time he couldn't. Terrible miss, and it's still 0-0. And in the 53rd minute, Doumbia had a great chance for Newcastle to nick a goal on the break, but he could only put the ball wide, so still 0-0. And in the 70th minute here, it was looking very grim for us, but Ross Barkley beats Debussy, plays the ball out wide to Jennings. Jennings crosses the ball in, and Billy Sharp, for what I think is his first goal of the season, in his final season in professional football, because he is retiring at the end of the year, ends up getting a huge goal. So 1-0 to us, and it's Billy Sharp. I mean, that is a squad player turning up right there. Barely ever gets a minute of football this season, but scores one of the most important goals of the season, because Sharp gets the only goal of the game in the 71st minute. We do collect the 3 points. We should have won that game by many goals, you'll see by the stats, but Billy Sharp turns up, and in this episode it was all about squad players turning up. Olsen, Jennings, McCarthy, and of course Billy Sharp, the four standouts of the episode, and I was very pleased. We're still behind Chelsea on goal difference, which is really frustrating. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget the next video will be that live commentary of the FA Cup final against Chelsea. So thanks for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out, and it only takes a second to leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.